LWD, a book about how to obtain your deepest goals and desires, written by River Rodriguez. We begin. Your life is about to change forever after reading this book. You never need to read anything else in your entire life for help in trying to achieve your deepest goals and desires. All you have to do is pay attention, listen, and apply. All you need is a little work, love, and dedication to achieve what you want in life and your deepest desires. This is not a book about my life. It's a book about yours. Are you ready for everything to finally go your way? Let's go. If you're not much of a reader, then I recommend scrolling through and just reading what I have highlighted in bold. However, I definitely recommend you read the whole thing to not miss a single piece of information. Chapter 1. The Love. The first key point and lesson I'm going to give you is this. What you want is obvious and in front of you. The truth is, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you like or what you want in life, nor do I really care. What I do care about is that you eventually accomplish and get what you want, and that's what I'm here for. I didn't write this book so you could learn more about me or that I could learn more about you. The truth is, I don't care about any of that. But what I do have is experiences and knowledge that I've repeated in my life over and over again over the years that has helped me and worked. And I would love to give that key knowledge to you and maybe help you unlock your full potential, the same as I'm doing right now with my life. So back to the point. What you want is obvious. That's the first step. Deciding, figuring out what you want to do with your life and doing that thing to your full potential with maximum effort. Some of you reading this may already know what you want in your life. And if that's the case, then you can skip to the next chapter. But if you aren't so sure what is calling you deep in your soul, what is that activity? What is that dream that sits in you and that you keep to yourself that never address? Don't ignore that thing that makes you special or that thing that sets you apart from others or makes you different. If you do ignore that feeling, you regret it for the rest of your life. I promise you. When you die or are sitting on your last breath, I swear to you, when your days are counted and there are a number of years left that you don't have, you will be asking, did I truly chase who I wanted to be? Did I live a fulfilling life? And if you didn't chase that goal and the high feeling of being accomplished after achieving those hard and desired goals, then you will regret it, and it's something you can't take back. Time. You can't get your time back, so use it wisely. Once you figure out what you want to be in this life, only then can you truly blossom and begin the journey of who you are. What you want is right in front of you, and it's achievable and attainable. It just requires work, lots and lots of work, and dedication to not only the cause, but to your soul and mind. People often think that there is a shortcut to what they want, that there's some secret path or hack that's going to get them where they want. People want things so easy these days and expect everything to be at their feet due to the technology in the world already giving you most things as it is. But to be a true winner, to be a true bright over everyone else, and accomplish more, obtain more, achieve more, and get more than others, it requires serious work. There are no shortcuts, trust me, I know, because I was a guy who wanted to accomplish what I wanted so bad that I was willing to give the work up if the goal was done and achieved. First, there's no shortcut. Second, you should never get what you want immediately in life, because that creates comfort, and comfort is bad for progression. If you don't work for what you want, then you start to miss that grit and determination that we all have inside of us to fight and feel even better after we get what we want and we win. The work is a success. The work is the life. The work is a true point of it all. Really, imagine this. Imagine that you got everything you wanted right now. You all of a sudden were the richest man in the world, superstar, model, family and kids, beautiful partner, and massive ego in a house, and accomplished everything there is to get in your field. Here's what would happen if that came to you all of a sudden. You'd enjoy it for a few months, but eventually, you'd hate it. Deep inside, you would feel fake and carry lots of guilt from choosing pleasure over the hard work and pain, and eventually get bored of all that stuff and want even more stuff. It's not your fault. It's in our DNA as humans to go for something, to want something, and to want to work for it. That's what our ancestors did. The cavemen always had to fight for their food, always had to go work to find shelter, to get a partner, to earn the sunrise. That's why you need it so bad. It's already in you. It's already who you are to drive towards those needs in your life. Stop rejecting that. Stop rejecting your call from the universe. We're all here for a reason. The universe and our species didn't just magically happen. You live and breathe comfortably for a reason. You feel emotions for a reason, because you have a calling, and you must, I swear you must drive towards it. And you have to truly want it. You know it's your calling when you can't live without it, when you feel like you would choose it over breathing, trusting your soul and trusting yourself to choose the harder path and accomplish something beautiful. Again, it doesn't matter what you want to do with your life, but whatever you decide to do, you must try and be the best there possibly is in that field in order to gain respect, not only from others, but from yourself. You cannot go to sleep at night in your bed knowing you're lacking the determination to go for that in your life. You could want to be the next doctor, the next professional athlete, the next Subway sandwich maker, artist, musician, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, whatever you want to do, you want to be the best you possibly can in that line of work. Otherwise, what are you doing for your life? I mean, truthfully, what else is there in life that's more fulfilling than chasing your purpose? The reality is, all that other stuff from awards and aftermath all doesn't weigh the same as the work it took to get that stuff. And to be honest, screw all that stuff, and screw that comfort-enriched lifestyle. Is it awesome? Yes. Is the lifestyle cool? Yes. But let's be honest, nothing compares to the actual work you put in your soul to get there. It's about the goals of reality, and more importantly, it's about the work. Everything I'm telling you is true, and it lies within you. Don't reject that feeling. Don't reject your calling. Don't reject who you are. You're going to kill it after you're done reading this. Everything you want will come to you and gravitate more to you after this. I promise. After figuring out what it is in your soul that calls you to a bigger purpose, you must realize now that it just takes love, work, and dedication, and what you're doing to accomplish it and take it into reality. Start off by telling yourself, it will happen. I will get everything I want, and I will get it all done. It just takes time, and the stress you're feeling in your life won't last forever. One day that stress you're feeling will be a blow in the wind to you. Your biggest self in life is waiting for you to become him and to be that awesome being. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Just the fact that the stress one day will be done and gone. The stress helps us live and push every day. It's the only real thing that we feel that keeps us from comfort and keeps us driving forward. You need stress, to be honest. You should be more stressed in your daily life. Otherwise, you're not loving yourself and not living right. You're not chosen by the universe if you don't have problems every day. You're not stressing about the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Most people use stress as an excuse. I'm scared. I don't want to do it today. I'm stressed out. Fun fact, we are all stressed to hell out, so choose your pain. Would you rather live a life where you're stressed about how you're going to accomplish your goals and desires and live a better life? Or are you going to suffer the pain and regret of giving up on yourself and becoming another passing vessel in the universe that never really mattered and really made a difference? The cost of not locking in is having to clock in every day. And that's the truth. Most people in life, in this world, in this entire universe, waste their talent and potential, and most importantly, time and drive to become something, to become someone and become another passing vessel that dies and becomes dirt with nothing accomplished in that pile of soil. Since we were all kids, do you remember wanting to be a superhero or a police officer? Even if you weren't that kid, you still wanted to be the villain or the criminal. Either way, you wanted to be something in life. You could still be something in your life. You could still be that hero. You could be a rock star in your life. But instead, most of you reject that and become a shell of yourself. Listen, screw that. Again, that's BS. What makes a person hard and relentless is not what they do or who they are. It's the lifestyle and work they choose. When you choose to wake up every day and do what is best for you and what others would choose not to do and what is hard in life, that's what makes someone truly hard. Doesn't matter race, ethnicity, or gender. The reason this chapter is called Love is because I'm trying to get you to love whatever you want to get in life. Otherwise, you won't have the drive to achieve it. You need to work for what you want, to have the love to want it, and to have the dedication to stick with it. And stay disciplined no matter what. The cost of your life is the cost of your deepest desires and whether you went for them or not. That's it. For a second with me, even if it's just for a minute, I want you to repeat the following. Think about the payoff, not the work, but love the work as if it is the payoff. Read that quote until you understand it. The concept is simple. While most look at the rest of their lives and think about how stressful it is or how hard it is to obtain something, don't even think about that part. Just think about how good it's going to feel when you finally do win. When you finally do get that job, get that partner, get that life, get that car, get that desire that you so desperately want in your life. Stop thinking of your goals and wants as work and start thinking of it as, I get to do this. I love to do this, and I need to do this. Love what you do and don't think about the process. Just be in the process and enjoy the true reward, which is the fact that you get to get up and do the work. Do it like you love it so that way it doesn't become work. Do not look at a task with mentality of, crap, I gotta do this. Instead think, hell yeah, I get to do this and I'm going to do it so well, I'll get it done in no time because my work ethic and love for it is just like that. You want bigger things, you have to be a bigger person mentally. You want different things than others, you have to be a different animal with a different mindset. And more importantly, if you want more, then do more than others. It is true that everything in life is simple and obvious. It just depends on how much you want it, how much you dream on it, and how much you act on it. Praying and manifesting for it is important, but not as important as taking action on it. I am currently taking these points and keys into account right now. As I'm writing this, I am not thinking about how much words or chapters I have to write and give to people, but rather thinking about how I love what I'm doing, and that I finally get to do this and send all my knowledge for free basically to the world. I'm not a giver, I'm a taker. I much rather take what you have rather than give to you, which sounds horrible, but it's the truth. And I can't lie to you in this book, but I'd be lying if I said it doesn't make me feel great to give all this knowledge to you, so you can go in the world and take what you want with ease. There is no cheat code for what you want, but they're all smart details. Honestly, it's a good thing there is no cheat code, otherwise the system of life would be messed up and imbalanced. There are key details in what you're trying to do and in your daily life, and in general what matter. The small details in your life matter, just as much as the big details, and the big things, and the big steps it takes. When you are a true master of your craft, and you have already chosen to look within the small details and refine them in order to better yourself, don't get it twisted. Those big steps and big leaps of faith and huge amounts of work you do every day matter and are crucial for success. But what gets a person to take those big steps is the small little ones that make it easier and more polished. It all matters, the way you move, your activities, the small fine details, and huge stubborn mentality that doesn't give up. Make sure you don't forget to work on the small details and to practice them, just as you practice on the big things, because it all adds up in the end. You'd be surprised how much better your craft gets by working on the small important things daily. If you feel a task, ask yourself, did I do everything in my power to succeed? Did I perfect those small details? And when they have made a difference? If the answer is yes, then you know what to do next time. By the way, there is no failing, only learning and winning. When you fail, you learn, and when you learn, you win. Even when you win, you have to do it again and again and again until your soul is complete and satisfied, and you would then do some more. There is no secret of life. There is just more, more and more. The universe wants you to give it more, and your inner self wants to give more. There is no cheat code, and all that other outside stuff and desires and everything else basically doesn't matter. What matters is your goals. The only thing that matters is your connection to God, to yourself, and your goals. Those are the only things that really matter. Stop looking for validation from others. That doesn't matter, because the truth is the only thing that matters is how you feel by yourself, and if you're proud of yourself, and if you're honest and respect yourself. Once you're honest with your work and yourself and what you want, you could attain anything. If you're slacking on your work, ask yourself if it is because you're tired or if it's because you are lazy. And if you're honest with yourself, admit, no, I'm being lazy. Only then you can look outside yourself and say, okay, then I need to pick it up and stop lacking effort. I'm going to be honest with you. When I say, once you look outside yourself and admit, my life's trash, I hate me, I want better, only then you can look at the factors and fix it. If you're one of those people who looks at the hard versus the easy route and usually takes the easy route, then you need to address yourself about that and look at what is the problem. Am I scared that I'll fail? Am I lazy? Am I being hesitant? Do not just lay on the couch all day and then when you try to go and do some sort of task, you ask yourself, why is this so hard? Do what is hard now, so life is easier later. Because if you choose what is easy now, life will be a living hell for you once you start wanting more. Add some daily tasks to your schedule and get rid of whatever keeps you down, lazy, and distracted, and get what you need to do so that at the end of the day, you feel better about yourself than if you were to sit around all day and do absolutely nothing with your life. When you go to sleep at night, that is the time where you manifest on where you want to be in your life and see yourself being there. That's also the time where you ask yourself, did I accomplish anything today? Did I go hard at anything today? Did I take any small steps to help me get to the overall goal? All I'm asking is that you put 100% effort into yourself every day. People may look at that statement and think, how could I ever put 100% every day? That's impossible. And it's not that hard when you think about it. And when you break it down like this, you only have to put 100% today. Don't worry about tomorrow or the day before or 10 years from now. Just do the best you can today and have a good, blessed day. Just do that every day of your life and that's it. Just think to yourself, I only have good days from now on, and only worry about today. And you do that again the next day, and the next day, and the next. Set such a high standard for yourself that way in the future it feels like nothing to you. And then you could put yourself to an even higher standard. I'm not asking you to be the next president or the next billionaire. I'm just asking you to be the best you can and be the best you. Humans jump to the biggest concepts and the biggest questions like, how will I get there? How will I be the biggest millionaire or successor or wherever you want? But the question you should be asking first is, how do I become the best me? You cannot be this big figure in the world and have everything you want and own it all without perfecting yourself in your mind, body, and soul. Those things are what's going to get you to the step where you can begin thinking on how you're going to become this big person in the world, but not until you become the best you. Who are you? What's your personality? What are your good habits? And what are your bad ones? Look into that and fix that first before you think about how you're going to create the next best business or the next best social media or the next best anything. You should be thinking about how you're going to create the best you first and then move forward. Why would you ever think about something so huge when you haven't even fixed what is small in your life? People sometimes think, once I'm there and successful, then I'll become this amazing person and start focusing on being the best me and doing what's good for my inner self. No, wrong. Do it now. Be the best you are and show yourself now so that you could do it everything else in your life at the full potential. So that when you do accomplish those big things, it's because you already had your mental and physical and your soul in the bag. It starts now, not when you get there. You could solve everything externally with everything internally. This is another topic and key I've found recently that I've realized we as people who want to be successful in life have to follow. All that pent up, bad and negative energy that you feel in your life that brings stress and worry and only brings you down when you worry about it can all go away with what you possess internally. For example, you feel bad about how you look in the mirror. You could also feel good about yourself 30 minutes later after you hit a workout. Another example is if you feel like your negative thoughts are going against your consciousness with thoughts like, I hate myself, or what am I doing with my life? Can be also solved if you instead decided to tell your thoughts, I love myself, or my life will get better. These are just a few examples of how powerful our self-talk is and how powerful what we possess inside is, and more importantly, how amazing and powerful our souls are. It's crazy to me how most people will go their entire life thinking and acting negatively due to not realizing this concept. You need to set a good positive mindset for yourself, but that's where most make the mistake. Most people do so much internally and put so much effort into visualizing and basically doing everything outside of the work so much that they never do anything externally. They never take any leaps of faith or take any big steps for the things they want outside. They pay too much attention to the downsides of getting things done. Once you can prepare yourself for where you want externally, don't hesitate. Don't wait. Run towards the fire. Don't break when what you want comes knocking on the door and you choose to not go after it because you're afraid. You're not prepared or you're afraid it's going to change you. It's supposed to. If you do take that leap of faith and get blown out, do not fall and stay there. Get back up and go again. The art of still standing is so powerful and nothing can break it. He who takes accountability and continues to stand even after the challenge hits him over and over again creates a stigma that the person is unbreakable and has created such a wall of their mindset it can't be broken. Everything internally is supposed to be used to fix what's on the outside. Don't listen to those who say it's not important, because it is. How you look is important, how you feel is important, how you think is important. Your words are important, your actions especially are important. Align your life with the outcomes you want and create an individual that looks around at the competition and laughs due to how much you prepared in your life and how much right choices you made. And you must do this all day. You must create all day and seek wisdom all day, every day. You cannot love yourself and say you respect yourself and want others to respect you if you do not align yourself with your goals and wants. If something is holding you back, get rid of it. If it's holding you down, destroy it. People are so comfortable today, it's disgusting. You actually need more adversity in your life. And you should seek more competition or more stuff that will stress you out so you become stronger and get used to it. So you don't stress over the smallest things. Why? Please tell me why. Tell me why anyone who will look at a challenge that brings them out of their miserable life and decide not to chase that. Why would you not want more adversity? What doesn't break you shapes you and rebuilds you into this monster that you need to have within you in order to not just survive, but thrive. And that's another point I want to make, surviving versus thriving. More than 80% of society will come to its wits and only survive during their lifetime. I mean, can you imagine that? Only breathing so that you can barely live, so that you can barely accomplish anything. Many discuss what hell looks like in the Bible, but if you ask me, living a life of regret and sorrow because you didn't want to chase your dreams is what true hell is. You don't need anything else externally to get what you want because it's already inside you. The energy you have inside yourself that's telling you to push forward is all you need to get what you want and to be successful. And it's real. Your energy is real. It has emotions of its own and knows what your soul desires more in your life and wants you to push to its limits more and to do it again and again and again. If you were to sit in your room right now or wherever you are and just repeat the words, I love myself, I am strong, I could be successful, compared to I hate myself, I'm weak, I can't be successful. You can feel within your chest that there's two different energies between those sentences. It wants you to go for those things you desire. It wants you to be selfish and create that life you want to live. Don't reject it. Go after it. Are you really ready to go and chase your dreams? Action is more important than manifestation, period. God or the universe or even the soul that you have within you would much rather have you act on the actions you prayed for than beg on your knees for him to just give it to you. What destroys a man's ability to take more action is things like distractions, vices, and procrastination. Stop going towards these distractions. Stop worrying about what others think of you. Stop hanging around low-level energy people. Stop selling yourself short. If you want the end goal, then you have to say no to all these things. What sucks is that many think that just because they don't drink often means it's okay that they smoke, or just because they're not lazy means it's okay to go out and have some fun with friends. Here's the thing, all of these factors matter. Do you want the end goal or not? Do you want to be successful or not? If you really want the end result to go your way in life, then you need to take everything into account and take your life seriously. Stop looking in the mirror and just walking past yourself and seeing a joke. Really look at the mirror and decide, can I do better? Can I drop the drugs? Can I drop the distractions or that video game or that show that you're watching? Can I have the balls to drop some friends who aren't doing any good for me? I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. But if you choose to live the life of luxury and the life of wealth and the life of accomplishment and the life of being better than everybody else, then it's unfortunately going to need some sacrifices from you that you may not be willing to take. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to take some time and eventually look at yourself and the reflection decide to let these things go. It is hard. Everything is hard. Nobody ever said that this was easy, but it's worth it. Can you see it? Can you feel the day where you wake up to a bright sunset in that home you wanted with those accomplishments you so desperately wished for done and finished? How nice it would be to do all the work and to finally get the end result. Many look for these distractions or drugs or vices to help give them a high so they could go live in the world where they're in control and everything's okay for 2 seconds. And then boom, they go back to the real world where they have problems that they don't want to create the solutions for. This is why you must prepare and to train and study so when that day comes that you have to take action for what's important in your life so that you can react with such discipline and stubbornness to get what you want and finally change your life. My best highs never came from drugs. Fun fact, I never gone on a drug to escape. Never went to a bottle or a vice or a drug to create my reality. Not even once. I wanted to in the past when I felt like giving up on the world and life and thought that it all was miserable and that it seemed the drugs and alcohol could be the only choice. But I kept pushing forward and stayed disciplined to myself for so long that eventually I just got over it. And all my friends that were doing drugs and alcohol and marijuana, I dropped them too. So I've known my whole life what true discipline is and what your mind could truly push through if you really just lock in and believe what you have internally can solve what you have externally. And it's true. You too have it within you to push through those problems and to create the better you from your situation because it's been within you your whole life. You just never really tapped into it. My best highs in life have never come from substances of any sort. They all come from stressing over a goal I had set in mind, in which I prepared myself for that goal and studied and trained and thought about it day and night until I finally reached it. And boy, did I get such a high from that relief. The relief and high you get from accomplishing true self-enlightenment. It is times 1,000 compared to what any drug could ever give to you. It's going to take a lot of sacrifices and a lot of struggle, but I promise if you follow these key principles and mindsets I'm giving you and you keep at it, there's no one stopping you, and it's almost guaranteed you will get everything that you want someday. It will be hard. It will be so hard that many days you would just have to go through the motions and just never quit. Here's a tip. You don't go through the motions. You grow through the motions. It's going to be the hardest grind and struggle you ever have to go through, but you will get it, and you will succeed. Create good habits that align with your future and purpose. Don't create a life of habits that don't align with your purpose. If you do, then there's going to be missing parts in your character, and you're going to have more sloppy days than good ones. And you don't want good days, you want great days. That doesn't mean the day was perfect, that actually means the day was super hard, and you got through it. So now you get to rest for a little bit. Every day I wake up at least at 5 a.m. Then I go do a workout for 35 to 45 minutes in the morning before getting ready for the day, along with my daily prayer and reading my daily schedule that is aligned with my sole purpose. You're probably wondering by now, why should I listen to you when I don't even know who you are? Well, I'm about to explain just that, who I am. This is going to shock you, but I'm 18 years old. I don't like telling people my age often because that takes away the fact that they think just because I'm young that I haven't acquired enough knowledge in life to teach others. I don't know everything, but I have failed over and over and over again, and then won even more enough to know how to attain success and how to split between what is BS and what is not. My name is River Rodriguez. I was born in Hollywood, Florida in 2008 around January. I'm an American of Puerto Rican descent as well as Mexican descent. Now, here's the catch. I've already accomplished more than many of you may attempt in your entire lives. I never did drugs, vices, nor alcohol of any kind of substance. As a kid, I was always a straight A or B student with a perfect attendance and gathered many scholarships both academically and athletically. I've been a professional musician since I was 11 years old, and by that I mean I've made money from making music since the age of 11, and released 4 albums including one studio album made entirely by me and my brother in the span of a couple months, plus over 100 official releases on Spotify alone. I made tens of thousands of dollars and then lost it just to get it back. I made a book, I have my own clothing brand, had a movie and documentary on YouTube, multiple plaques from releases I didn't even like, so I eventually just took them down anyway. I was always one of the top players of my estate and played for some of the top academies as well as trained for over 7 years since I was 10 years old. I was with the same girl for 6 years since I was 12 years old and eventually had to leave her this year to lock in. I've met high-level successful people. I've worked with pro athletes and musicians, engineers, teachers, you name it. I've lost friends, tried to give up on life, tried to give up in general, been there, done that. I'm only getting started with life. I'm not saying I know everything because the truth is, no one does and I'm still young right now. I still continue to make small mistakes. But what I am saying is I do have the answers already because I've failed over and over and over again and still stand to give you the knowledge I've obtained from giving my all and my 100% effort every day, my whole life. I can't lie to you and I won't lie to you in this book ever. I'm telling you my story so that you can understand I gain knowledge by choosing the path from chasing my purpose. And so far, I failed many times, and it's still working out for me and going my way. I'm about to go play NCAA college soccer and get my degree in business administration upstate. I've had multiple offers come my way just the past month, and in my music, I've obtained many plaques of songs that gained millions of streams that I eventually threw away because I wanted to start from the bottom again. Not saying numbers matter, but in a way, they do. And I've produced over 2,000 unreleased records in general in my lifetime. And again, I'm only 18. I can't even legally drink yet. Now, just this year alone, I broke up with the love of my life for 6 years. I had to lock in. Cut off all my friends that were bringing any sort of negativity in my life. I had to lock in. My entire music catalog got taken down 3 times and went from 300 releases to 0. But that's okay, because I have to lock in and make more music anyways. I stay disciplined and work 17 to 18 hours a day. I have to, because it's time to lock in. I lost thousands of dollars this year alone on investments and then won it back and then lost it again. But I don't care, because I need to get it back again and lock it in again. The key to life is not always being perfect and always on time and always showing face to everything. The key to life is to run through the fire, and when you fall down, you still choose to get back up and say, screw you, life, I'm in control and I will win you back again. I don't care that I lost everything this year, because that just means I get to prove I'm going to get it back again anyway, and more. And I have before and have the keys to do it and have the keys to be one of the most successful people in life. Which is why I'm writing this book. I'm giving you the same guide I'm going to use to become even more successful. You can ask any of my friends and family or coaches or past teachers about me, and they'll all say the same thing. River's good at everything. River's disciplined. River's to himself. River's a fire that does not burn out. River's a star. I mean, my God, don't you want your people to talk about you like that? To be this young and to already have people hit me up talking about how I've affected or changed their life in a way? Who on God's green earth doesn't want to change and give more to others' lives? Again, I don't want to give. I want to take everything in this world. But if people are coming up to me saying that I somehow gave something to their lives, then so be it. More power to them. And more power to me. I don't mind it. If you're the type of person where you don't want to take advice from me because you think I'm too young, so you put a cap on my age and say I haven't learned enough yet to teach, then you could stop reading right now. Because that's not on me. That's on you. Everything I'm telling you in this book is important and valuable information that can help change your life, because at 17 I realized it's the same concepts when I go older, which is you need to try harder. You go into attempt and you may fail. You need to give everything to succeed. You need to be around good people. It will get hard and you need to not give up and tell yourself that your purpose and calling is much more important than your emotions and how you feel. Let me guess, you're either going through one of these 3 sessions in your life. You're either going through progression, which is where you're working towards your goal and getting positive attraction. You're either going through regression, where you have to get back to going towards your goal because you took a step back, or you've already made it and have everything you want in life. And in which, if that's the case, then you don't need this book. This book is for those who still want and have to achieve their goals and always want more. Would you believe me if I told you that the first 44 pages of this book were written by me in a day with no revision yet? That's how locked into my calling that I am right now. Did I ever want to write a book? No. Hell no. But I am aware that there are people on this earth who are looking for answers in this world, and you have that knowledge to give more to the world so that it gives back to you, so that you can take it for your calling, then you must do that. I would be lying to you if I said I haven't failed, that I haven't been rejected, that I haven't been in regression before. But I'll tell you this, I have never taken a step backward. That means even when life tried to shoot me down, I never took a step back. I stood still and let it hit me. Even when I tried to give up, I just couldn't. My body wouldn't allow me. And if you're one of those people who are rethinking life and want to just give up and end it all, but you don't want to listen to positive reinforcement because you think your life is that bad, it's not. Almost everyone has been in your shoes. I know exactly how you are feeling, and I was in it for years and still got better, still chose to walk forward and kill it in life. You're not dead yet. That means your life is not over, and that means your purpose is not complete. Don't be an idiot, and get rid of the only thing in your life that is worth something, your soul. You're one of the lucky few who can actually take the pain you've already been through. You don't just want to disappear into the abyss, not yet at least. Even giving up is motivation, because what if you work so hard in your life that you die from it? That's a great way to go out. And then when you live, you realize that your life is worth more and that you're even better than what you thought you were at whatever brings you joy and hope and motivation. I know your life is stressful, but that's the point. What are you actually doing for life if it's not stressful? And does it have some challenges that can make an impact on you for the good, and that's why they're hard? Life does not hate you. Life is testing you. There's a difference. You don't attract what you want in life. You attract what you are. Try being a skater and guess what you'll attract? Other skaters. Try being an athlete or businessman and guess what you'll attract? Other athletes and businessmen. So, when you become a mentally strong beast and a wall of energy that life just can't bring down no matter how much stresses you out, then you become a real soldier of the universe and a true entrepreneur of your purpose. And you're doing the right thing. Stop running from your challenges and run at them. Stop ignoring the gym or that run you have to do and go do it. You should always be challenging the pinnacle of strength no matter what. And this is every day, all day. You should be eating healthy. You should be working out. You should recover enough for the next day. But don't ever look at the next day and worry, because then you'll be so anxious and worried you won't get up. Stay here in the present and get what you have to get done now. Done. On to my next thing. Choose a side. During your life, you're going to operate from a source of good or a source of bad. Are you going to try and be the hero or the villain? Who are you? What am I saying? You need to address your energy in your life and how you should project that energy into what you're doing and into taking over the world. Here are some examples of questions you should ask yourself that can reshape your ego and personality. Are you a lover or a fighter? Are you red or are you blue? Are you a speaker or are you a listener? Are you a positive or a negative? Are you funny or are you serious? What are you? Who are you exactly? And what do you want? The concept of life is easy. You choose what you want to obtain in life, and you work your whole life to get it, and then you leave this earth as you served your purpose. That's it. That's it. That's all that's really out there to do, is to figure out those factors and chase the dragon's tail until you get it. Choose a side, because whether you operate from a state of good or bad or both, either way, they are both powerful and can create mindsets that help you achieve and take more things and achievements in your life that you look for. I like to think of it as ice versus fire. One substance is a calm and collected, chill and solid being that is focused on their task and can't be broken, while another substance is a raging heat that is coming straight at you and would do anything they can to achieve what they want at all costs. This is the mentality you have to bring within your life. Every factor I'm showing you is an important factor in your mentality. Are you going to be someone who likes to sit and prepare and study to take calculated risk? Or will you be someone who jumps right into the heat of things and just takes whatever task at hand out of 100% and doesn't give up and runs right through the building to obtain what he needs? Deep in your soul, you need to track one or the other energy to become truly attracted to yourself. If you're not attracted to your well-being, then no one in this world will be. You want big highs in your life. You never want to be at a medium in life, otherwise you're not doing anything with your life and you're not taking enough risk. The work and the thrill of taking risks in life are the only things that will make you feel alive and well. You should wake up more angry about where you're at and keep that anger and discomfort for motivation and go operate at a higher frequency and take over the day. Stop vibrating at these low frequencies when you know you're better than that. Throw away the distractions. Put down that bottle. Put down that vice or drug. Drop that friend. Break up with that toxic girlfriend. Read more. Wake up earlier. Be more honest. And start working harder. Remember, it is not a choice. It is a requirement that you need to exercise these strengths every day. Pull yourself back correctly and listen to the people who have gems that know what they're talking about, and then apply that knowledge in your real life. If you're ever feeling negative or decide to vibrate at a low frequency, go hit a workout, go read a book, go listen and work on yourself internally. Create the best you by being selfish and start thinking about the goal more than anything else in your life. When you're working out, think about the goal. When you're eating, think about the goal. When you're about to go fall asleep, dream about the goal. You have no choice but to think about the goal. You want this, right? I mean, do you really want this? I want you to repeat to yourself and say, I need this. I need this. Do you want to give or do you want to take? I've already said and told you this. I'm the type of guy who's going to take. Even though I do so much giving in this world, the reality is I do most of my giving after I do lots of taking. I'm not the type of guy who would ever lie to you. If I say I'm going to do something, then I'll do it. Even if I don't say it with my words, sometimes I say it with my actions, with what I'm doing, with the activities I partake in, and the people I choose to be around. The number one person I love being around all day is me. I don't ever go anywhere and reject myself or start to feel down on myself, because I already did that for years and I know what that felt like and I'm never going back. Even if I have a mental negative thought, immediately I jump to screw that negativity, I'm better than that, because the truth is I am. I hate those people that we have nowadays that would just straight up lie to you. Lie to your face even and tell you that they're a good person when they're not even good to themselves. They won't even take care of their own body and then have the guts to come up to another individual and say, yeah, I'm a good person and I trust myself. You'll say that, but your body does it and your mind won't. I won't lie. I'll straight up tell you that even if I may come off as a good dude, what lies beneath the surface is the fact that I want to take everything you have. I want to break you and rebuild you. I want everything in this world to come to me. I want the next best thing. I want to be the next best person. I want everything for me. I'm not a good dude. I'm not a good guy. And most of you aren't good either. You just say you are, but you really are not. You know for a fact you rather take than give, so stop lying to yourself. But you have to decide on your own. Would you rather use your purpose in life to give to others, or to take everything you want for yourself and your close ones? Whether you choose that you want to give or take can determine whether you make the best of you or not. The best you is a better and stronger version of you that makes life easier. The best you is going to have a better life, a better job, a better girl. You're going to finally write that book. You're going to finally set some standards for yourself and run after them. So create the best version of you so you have the best version of life. You would never want to live a worse life now, would you? Don't get bothered by the truth I'm telling you, because it's everyone's truth in life. To be strong and smart in all areas of your life, you desire to be maxed out in all areas, but most of society will never reach their full potential. Are you ready to go reach your full potential? This triumph you're wishing for is possible. You just have to do what's hard. Doing what's hard and going through obstacles will create stories for yourself one day on how you got what you really wanted and went through challenges that never broke you. It's not about actually obtaining what you want. It's about the hard effort it took to get there. You think Jordan's story would be respectable if he just won a championship and did not work for it? Hell no, because otherwise no one would care and respect him as a player. Real people who are true to themselves and become successful are rare, but you could become one of those people when you're at rock bottom, and more importantly, when you hit rock bottom. Many times, that is the point where you decide to work on yourself in the dark, the hardest. And by the way, not getting your way is not adversity. Proving you can actually obtain the goal you sought out for is adversity. Are you the type who's going to save on this planet, or the type that's going to destroy on this planet? Choose a path and stick with it. Chapter 2. The work. Experience, training, and confidence is how you succeed. The 3 points I found in life that have always helped me succeed are these key things I'm about to explain to you. I will explain each one at a time by itself, and by the way, each and every one of these keys are just as important as the other in a way. If you have lots of experience but no training and no confidence in life, you can get exposed. If you have training and confidence but have never had any experience in your field, you can be exposed. If you have experience and training in life, but you bring no confidence, you can mess up. All of these things have heavy weight and can carry or break one another. The true factor to winning in anything is being relentless and having confidence, and the only way to have confidence is to have experience and training, leading up to those events and experiences in your life. The training. The training comes first. You must prepare before jumping into anything in life, and have belief that your preparation has set you apart from others enough for you to be the one in triumph at the end of the day. Whatever you're aiming at or working for, you must train and study and do anything related to it on the daily. It should be second nature for you to be constantly working and hacking at your goal and then doing some more. Your training could be hours or short, small minute periods. It could be hard, it could be technical, just as long as it's efficient and it's proven enough to work for other successful people to the point where you know it can work for you. Training can include practice, studying, manifesting, watching, observing, etc. Just as long as you're pushing yourself and learning every day, you don't ever want your training to go by fast or for you to be involved or paying attention to it enough to the point where you're disinterested and don't want to get it done. I like to choose trainings and practices and studies where I make things like a game, so it's not work for me. And then there's other trainings and sessions where then I take it more serious and go hard and not treat it as a chore, but as a requirement for me to push more and to go even harder. Don't forget that small practice is just as important as big practice. The reason is because everything you do that's a step helps you in a way. Every small step is to build you to become this huge wall of big steps you've taken that were easy for you because of the small things you did. The training is just preparation. The preparation is what sets you apart from others. It's what sets you apart from your competition. It's what sets you apart from the whole world. Your preparation is what builds you and creates your confidence to go out there and get some experience. Once you have experience, confidence, and training, you only become unstoppable. And that's it. It's still three things right there that make the beast inside of you. When you go into that event and you've had training, you feel confident. When you have and get experience in a curriculum and think to yourself, I've done this before. This is easy to me. That creates confidence. And when you have confidence, you win. When you have all three of these things, you dominate. And confidence is the most important part. If you have two teams that have the same preparation, training, experience, it starts to become about who wants it more, who's more confident in their ability to take things home. Your preparation could be days of you working hours on end on one specific thing, or days where you take little time to work on multiple things. I've had way more successful check marks in my life when I choose to prepare hard and smart versus choosing to just jump right into a situation, especially when you prepare in the dark and work on yourself for months or years on an end, and then show yourself to the light at the point where people see you as somewhat different and new and unrecognizable. Be relentless with your discipline and training. Be stubborn with yourself and your work. Be so ruthless with your goal that you do even more training and more preparation than others. Those who want more have to work more. Those who get little have prepared little. If you go into something and you've trained and studied and prepped right weekly in and out, you will succeed. And even if you don't, you at least get to say you tried your best and move on and do better next time. In the beginning, it's hard, as you have to work at what you want so much it becomes tiring. But if you keep working on it for a certain period of time, you will get yourself to a level where all the big things are locked into your system, and you've got the base of it down, and you're more than 80% prepared most of the time. That's where you get to start focusing and working on the small details and really polish your craft. You can't teach a professional cook anything new. You can't teach a pro bodybuilder anything he doesn't know. You can't show a boxer anything in the base that he hasn't seen already. But what you can do is work on the small things and the finer details that create the great successor into a perfect successor. And this is daily. If you're not training on what you're doing, you're studying. If you're not studying, you're working on something else. If you're not working on something else, you're recovering. You're always doing something to help prepare you or help you get ready to reach your full potential and grab your goals. People think that sometimes the reason they're not getting what they want is because they're trying too hard, when that couldn't be farther from the truth. The reality is, most of the time, you're not trying hard enough. You usually could be doing something a little harder, or you could be missing a special key point that can help you achieve things a little more. One thing I hate about my generation is that everybody acts too nonchalant to the point of just laziness. They'd rather look cool than actually try at anything they want in their life. Most of the people in my generation are either too scared or too mentally weak to go for something they want in their life due to the fear that they might fail and look stupid. I don't know if any of you are religious, but God has taught me two things this year in my life. You can give everything and still fall, and you can fall and still get everything. The way I see things, I don't even think about failure. All I think about is how sweet it would be to have that success or that achievement, or to live in the moment when I'm actually putting in the work. That's what gets me excited. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to want to do things with the thought that you could succeed and actually pull it off. Not ignore things you want in life because you might fail and feel awful or get embarrassed or because it's uncool. Take risks. Take that chance and go for wherever your heart desires. It's that simple. Stop trying to impress those people who don't care about you. Stop trying to look cool in front of that girl across the street that doesn't know your name. Do what makes you feel cool in your heart. Do what makes you feel confident and what gives you drive to achieve something great. If Elon Musk thought about failing all the time, then he would only fail, or even worse, he wouldn't even try. Go out there in the world and make a choice to choose confidence over fear. It's a mental battle every day with yourself, and the only way you could sleep at night is if you win that battle every day. Where you're preparing for something bigger than yourself, it should take everything in you. Your mind should be going, I need this. You should be thinking about the end goal day and night, resting, preparing, resting, preparing, resting and preparing. Your preparation is key to your success. Confidence. The confidence within you is going to come from your training, preparation, and experience in the game. Most outcomes are decided by the factor alone, confidence. As you walk in the room, step in an office, run on the field, march in a building, your presence should be felt and needed. Confidence is shown in things like how you speak, how you act, how you walk, your poses, outfit, and the way you dress. Your way of self-talk and thinking, your confidence comes from everything and is everything. You could be in a room full of people and smell from a mile away who's truly confident and who's not. You usually don't understand it, but humans know. They could sense it on one another and could tell who's vibrating at a comfortable frequency or not. When you create an arrogance that doesn't fear things but rather switches to the mindset to thinking they should fear me, it's so powerful. Your way of aura and presence is decided by your self-belief to get the job done. So how do we create this unstoppable confidence? Well, there's many ways. You can start by pointing out things about yourself that you like, and then enhancing them. So go ahead and think to yourself, what's a couple of things about me that you think are decent? Like your hair, or your personality, or your physique. Then after finding those things that you like about yourself or want for yourself, you just enhance them. For example, if you want a better body, go to the gym a little more. If you want to look more attractive, then eat a little healthier. You want to feel a little more good about yourself, then meditate more often. You like your hair, then continue to get haircuts. Everything's obvious and so simple. People just have to point themselves out and use their good qualities to their advantage more and use their power with these advantages a little more. What makes me confident is staring in the mirror and saying good things about myself, things that are true. But even if you lie to yourself in the mirror, if you repeat what you want over and over again, you are more likely to have what you want someday due to the fact that when you think about something more, you may talk about it more. And when you talk about it more, you may act on it a little more. And when you act on it a little more, you may achieve a little more. Making yourself big in your pose can make you more confident. Having a stronger stride in your walk and a little more purpose in your step can make you more confident. Having a strong mental mindset and points in your head where you can go to and point out real good things by yourself can make you confident. We need confidence because confidence kills doubt. And when you have doubt, there's more likeliness to fail or not succeed. The most successful people in the world didn't have a shortcut or a cheat code. They just had an undeniable confidence in themselves and in their work, and they abused it to the max in everything they did. The experience. Don't you just want that die-hard feeling? Not of getting what you want, but just of the fact that you actually gave about 100% of something in life. How good would it feel to just know you gave something worth it, over 100% of you? It would feel massive and incredible because most humans don't try to use their full potential. Most humans just go in their own little corner in life and stay there and think it's okay to be by themselves and not give their hard work and talent and effort to the world to help it and to show that they're boss. Most people just never will try past 30% of their capacity, let alone 100% of using their full potential. Otherwise, they will be super successful and super happy with their life as it is. Newsflash, most people hate where their life is. And always will. Don't be one of those people. Yes, hate where you are right now, and don't be satisfied. But you should do enough work in your life where there comes a day where the work becomes success. And that success brings fulfillment. 99% of people will never fully feel fulfilled, ever. When you look back on all the experiences you gained over the years from all the hard work and confidence you had to go at something, it will bring you a little bit of more confidence and will take some stress off your back because when you have experience in something, you know you've done it before and which means you could do it again and even better this time since you've grown. That's why experience is important because experience brings confidence. And don't get me wrong, we want to have experiences so we live in these moments and we enjoy them because you only get one life and that's it. So you want to eventually be content with your life someday, right? But you also have to choose whether you want to live in the moment, be happy, or work harder and leave a legacy of your life. Either way, it's your choice. If you're not testing yourself to the core and not proving to others what's possible in this life, then what are you doing for your life? Why would you ever choose to just live this life and be average? If you're not pushing yourself to the edge and not getting things done, then life becomes uninteresting. The person you become, the value you bring, is what makes your life worth it. Do you think the individual you are now has a skill set to get your goals done? If not, then you need to change that individual and become something that does bring that skill set and crazy mentality. You need to focus on building you first before anything, not your business, not your money. You build you so that everything's thrown at you by ease. Be the person people come to for direction. Don't follow others and just follow your heart. Win and take shit. Be in competition with yourself and always tell yourself, nah, I could be better. Nah, I could do better. Nah, this could be better, or I could be better in that area. Get the hell away from those who doubt you and don't praise you and aren't proud of you, and always those who don't get real on you. Surround yourself with friends and don't drag you down, please. Please, oh my gosh, please do not be a yes man and don't surround yourself with people just because you want to be cool. You should always all day long be subtracting these factors in your lifetime that don't help create a better you. Remember, No one else can do it but you. No one can get what you want done finished but you. No one's coming to save you but you. You can't quit. There is no out. And if you are out, then be all out, because there is no halfway in. There are ultimate winners in this world. They already exist. Even when you do eventually get everything, still go after it. Still wake up angry. Still go for goals and more achievement so you can relax a bit. Don't fully ever really relax, because then that's it. You're done. But always do things for your daily life and schedule that brings you to a higher level, so you can at least rest for a little at the end of the day with some satisfactory within your life. People's number one fear is losing. But what if you thought about winning all the time and how you can cap off opportunities more? Then you wouldn't even care about failing, because you know you would eventually win due to your strong mindset. Act like the whole world is watching and that your life is a movie. Create the movie you would want to watch and a character that you would want to be. The top people are never satisfied, and create the individual they like, not the individual others don't like, or a victim of their circumstances, or the person that couldn't get over that one hurdle. Being a better you means holding yourself to your word, holding yourself accountable. It means creating the man you admire in every way and giving that person to the world so that he may dominate and attain what he wants in life. Don't live a lie. We need more people to be truthful to themselves, and we need people to go out there and chase what they want unbiased in their heart. What do you like? What do you look up to? What person do you need in your life? Create that person. Be that person now. Be that person now and not later. I apologize, but this period of time in your life is going to be painful. That's the point. It's going to be hard. That's the point. The process has to be hard, otherwise it won't change you and it won't better you in a positive way. When you're trying to get experience in your field, you should be taking as many opportunities as possible and getting your reps in so you're prepared for the big challenges in the future. You should look at the reps as a reward to yourself for staying active. When gaining experience, everybody needs a period in their life where they can take the time to rebuild on what they need and create a hard, challenging environment that creates them to someone who can brag about the period of time where they had to work and work and work in silence to get their reps in. Everyone needs this period. Everyone needs to get their points up. Everyone needs a self-development period where they're getting their experience to have trust in themselves, that they've done their field before multiple times, and give themselves some confidence like they can kill it. You should constantly be self-developing every day. If you're not getting better for yourself every day, then what are you even doing? Look, we can't decide our future, but we can decide our habits, and our habits decide our future. Please give yourself a period of time in your life where you go away for a bit and get your sets in for the task ahead of you to be easier in the end. Hard life makes easy results. Easy life creates hard results. You're creating a process for yourself that will help you destroy everything else in your life you want when you execute it at the right and correct preparation. Nothing matters, which is why you should try harder. Look, at the end of the day, none of this really matters. Your life as you know it is a bunch of atoms put together with a soul that's living on a floating rock in space. There's so many people with stress in their life daily and don't realize that none of this matters truly. You will pass on someday. That's why you should try even harder. If nothing matters anyways and your soul will eventually pass on from this body and you only live like maximum 100 years, then you might as well try hard enough to create the life you want to live, because there's truly nothing else to do in this universe other than create the person you want to be, acquire everything you want to attract, get every goal you want in the bag and dominate this life. Other than that, there really is nothing else to life. I've left the idea of happiness somewhere in the dust a long time ago, because who honestly cares if you're happy? You want the goal at the end of the day. You'll die someday. Nothing lasts forever. Unfortunately, the truth about this life is you will pass on someday, and your life will come to its end. It's the one thing in life that we know is for certain: death. When you reach death, you have completed your life's purpose, and the universe knows whether you're going to live up to your purpose or not. If the universe knows you still have the potential to live up to your purpose and that there's more for you to do, then you're still here. Those who gave up on their life's purpose or already completed it aren't here anymore. I don't ever believe I'm going to die. Do I think about death sometimes? Yes, all the time. But if I believe I'm going to die someday, then I just wouldn't even try at anything, because then I'll be thinking about death's doors coming my way eventually. I don't ever want to think about that. And I don't want to ever think that way, because I have tasks at hand in my life that are huge and that need to be accomplished. You should be trying even harder, knowing in the back of your mind that when you pass on, you get to think on whether you took your life by heart and went with it, or gave up and didn't try or give enough. That's the pressure we have to live with. We have to live with the present and in now, knowing that our decisions and our work ethic decide our future and decide our whole lives in general and create the point whether we give meaning and purpose to our life or not. We have to live as humans knowing it's now or never. It's this life or no life. If you're going to reach your goals in this time or no time ever, it's scary that we only get one chance to go out and achieve what we want. But that's what makes it even better. We get one chance at this life, and we have to make the absolute most of it. We have to. We have no choice. You will die someday. It's just a reality. So you might as well create and live the best life you can while you're still here. You might as well push yourself to a limit while you're still here. You need to push so hard in life so you can see how far you could possibly go in this life you live before death. When you die, you ascend, and when you ascend, that is completion. People who die with no remorse of how they lived their life or die without truly pushing themselves to the end of their life and living out their full potential go into the abyss with the burden of forever regretting their life's choices because they can't take them back. You can't take your choices and decisions and lifestyle back. So make better choices and decisions and make good calculated quick ones that come from the heart. If you make 10 decisions in a month or even a year that are life altering, and 4 of those decisions were bad, and 6 of those decisions were good, you still made progress. And you made way more decisions than the guy sitting on the couch still hesitating on his one decision. That's where mistakes are made. Mistakes are made in hesitation, a low self-esteem, and confidence. If you procrastinate and are overly cautious and not confident enough and not stubborn enough with yourself, then you will miss more opportunities. Not to say you can't get those opportunities back, but how long will it take until you finally lock in and start making multiple good decisions in a row? Everything should be a decision for the better you in your life. What you eat, how you sleep, when you wake up, how you prepare, how you present yourself. There's never just one major decision a person makes. It's a mountain of decisions that ultimately decides the future. And the only way you can make better decisions with your life is to create a daily routine with a healthy, busy schedule filled with daily habits that align with your ultimate purpose. Every single day, it is a mental battle with yourself. It's a mental war in your head with how you're going to get there, how your life's going to get there, how you're going to get things done. And when you're stuck in your head and things are hard, that's where you do most of your mental work and you train your brain to be unstoppable. Real peace is dying knowing you gave your all, not dying knowing you gave very little. Real successful people will die in peace knowing they gave their all. The only thing that matters when your life ends is whether you listen to your consciousness or not, and it's that simple. Yes or no? Did you follow your dreams or not? That concept alone is such a common theme in life that we were taught since we were kids, and we repeated over and over and over again in us so that we would follow our decisions and wouldn't follow into the mistakes that other adults and humans did. That's why they told us to follow our dreams, because it's the truth. You must follow your dreams. You must chase your goals. You must obtain your deepest desires. Otherwise, you're holding yourself back from who you could be. I'd rather die than live a life where I don't at least attempt to take my dreams and turn them into a reality. I can't and I won't. I won't ever live a life where I'm not chasing what my conscience is telling me. It's impossible. They are called dreams until they are turned into reality. They are only called dreams because you're sleeping on them. You need to wake up. Your consciousness is telling you to wake up. Your parents are telling you to wake up. Your life and your friends are telling you, wake up. And your people in this universe is also telling you to wake up. Do you think your conscience is lying to you? If you look at yourself and say, I'm satisfied, your stomach gets this gross feeling because you know you're lying to yourself. Your conscience is lying to you. It is telling you that it wants more. It wants you to chase more. It wants you to go after more. Take on challenges, do more studying, get more money, get more things done, interact more, succeed, succeed, succeed. There's nothing else to life than that. It's that easy. The concept of life is not that complicated. It's actually very easy and simple. It just requires work. The work is hard, but the concept is easy. Please don't ignore what your soul is telling you. Don't go down that path that all the other negatives are going down. Create your own path. Whatever you want, you can have it. You just have to seek it constantly, every day. You could have whatever you want in this life, if you can name it. If you're a person like me who hates waiting for things, and you don't like waiting for things to just appear and drop in your lap, then you need to endlessly chase wherever you want to get even faster. Don't wait for the opportunity, be the opportunity. If you become the opportunity, then the opportunity will be forced to present itself to you. Your purpose in life should never be just to survive, but to thrive in every sense of life. Your consciousness only truly cares about what your soul wants in life. Sure, you may want some clothes, some food, to hit the beach once in a while, but truthfully, everyone's consciousness is the same in a way, that everyone is only satisfied by accomplishing and chasing and working towards their goals and achievements in life. If you live every day of your life at 100% capacity, that you fully believe you can obtain access to whatever you want in your life, and you show if your actions, your work, and your habits, as long as you constantly lock in on one specific goal in your life for the rest of your life, you can't fail. Even if you do fail, you eventually learn from these failures and get better and eventually win. There is no failing, only learning. I know it sounds like I'm just repeating the same concepts over and over again, but that's because you need all these key concepts to repeat in your brain over and over and over again. You need to better yourself in understanding of life, to create and take over opportunities. Create the best you, create a schedule that aligns with your goals. Fix that the space that you live in so you don't become distracted by vices and a bunch of mess. Work and prepare yourself for your goals. All these things that I'm telling you is so that you can learn to constantly seek out these goals, constantly seek out desires, constantly seek out your dreams, and never, not for 1 second, doubt yourself. Your ability to create the life you want is already inside you. You just need to transform these things, your mind, your body, and your soul. And then, after those things, you need to apply these three concepts to your life: the love, the work, and the dedication. Notice how all three of those words can be switched out for whatever you want them to be. Work can be switched to want, dedication can be switched with desire, love can be switched with life or live. Either way, there are still the same concepts. Live in the now and do what is important now. Work now so you don't have to worry as much later. Dedicate yourself now so you don't have to dedicate as much time later. Stop looking for motivation and start showing people in the world you are the motivation, you are the power, you are in control of your inner consciousness. Knowing your era and story. Before doing the work, before starting your period of your life where you go out in the world and try to do your best to create your dreams, you need to draw down where your story is and how it will play out before it happens. When you grab a notebook or meditate on what you believe in your life can be within the next few decades, only then can you start on the true work. Who do you want to be known as in this life? What do you want your lifestyle to look like? Where do you come from? And what have been your struggles? You need to write down your story and what it's been so far, and then write down what you want it to be in the future so that you could tell others in the future what you've done and how you came and what exactly you came from. People are interested in how you got there. People are interested in the stories you have to tell. And to be honest, that's my favorite part about this whole life thing, is that you get to write your story. Don't try to delete things in the past that have already been written in your story, because they make the story better and more interesting and more real to others so that others can relate and understand that they can accomplish things on their own no matter where they came from. That's what it's really about, your story, where you come from, and what you obtain. What is hard for you in your life, and what is your adversity? Do you come from a troubled youth? Have you suffered from depression? Were your parents hard on you? Do you suffer from your own decision devices and distractions? Have you had a grunge kind of upbringing? Whatever you've been through in your life that caused you to regress the most and sticks out in your mind, that's your story. And it doesn't just have to be one thing, it could actually be multiple things, such as mental issues, poor life, and your parents holding you back. Growing up, I never had any complaints about my parents. I actually grew up with the background of both my parents being in my life. The only thing is my parents were very strict on me, very hard on me, but I never minded this because no one was ever more strict than me than myself. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had high standards for myself. I always wanted to be the best at everything and always drove for that #1 spot. My dad was hard on me and my mom was strict on me, a little more than my siblings in my opinion. That's only because my adversity and any adversity in my life I ever had came from me and my decisions, not my parents. My troubled mind and grunge kind of youth only came from my own actions and my own decisions. I made my inner thoughts and my own mental capacity, or any struggle I ever had, it came from my inner self-talk on life and my thoughts and the people I chose to surround myself with. I actually looked up to my dad more often than not. I wanted to be like him because I wanted him to be proud of me, to be honest, because the truth is, I've been proud of him since I was born. I wanted to be strong just like him, stable just like him, tattooed up just like him, live on the beach just like him, work for myself and create art just like him. But nevertheless, I had to distance myself from that thought and become my own person. I now have the idea that I need to grow up and be better than anyone else that's ever been in my family bloodline. And you should think that way too. You should make everything a competition, even if it isn't, and strive to be the best in everything just because you know you have the potential to reach that elite level. Position yourself in life that makes others fear your presence, but love and want what you have. You should be fighting constantly for your position. And when you do become the king, don't let it go. Fight for as long as possible to stay king, because once your time is over, it's done. It's gone. Your position in life is not something that is given but taken. Master your first impression and control the things that you could take into your own hands and stop worrying about things that don't matter or things that can't change. Focus on what you're doing in the present. Focus on what you're doing in the present, not your past, nor your future. What matters in your life is what's happening right now. The most important day in your life is today, and you need to learn to be comfortable in staying present and focusing on the task at hand. You only have flow state when you fully indulge yourself in what's happening now. Don't disregard how important this is. If you just have a simple plan and you just stick to it in the times where it gets hard and your mental mind keeps growing, which in terms makes you stronger, people usually only have stress and anxiety over things that already happened, that they can't control, or their future, which hasn't happened yet. This is why staying present and focused on the task in front of you is so important. Once you get these vices out of the way and set a different mind and build a different mentality to yourself and get rid of everything that's holding you back, you destroy all competition. You need to do this. You need to stay current and stay locked into the day that you are in now. You need to follow the positive voice inside and stop listening to the anxious you that's afraid of the future. Because what if it works out? Have you already been through adversity? Have you been broke before? Have you been unhealthy before? Did you get over it eventually? If you did, then why are you so scared to possibly end up in that situation again by risking your current position for a better one? You still suck because you're not listening. You still drink. You still smoke. You're still unhealthy. And you still follow vices and distractions. You have to do everything that's difficult for you first. Wake up and work out first. Read first. Do everything that's hard for you in your day first. You have to become the champion in your own mind, because if you can't look at yourself and think you're the champ, then no one around you will. Even before fame or before riches and wealth, you have to present yourself like you already made it. You would never make it until you are it. You have to stop being afraid to lose nothing. You don't even like what you have. Why would it be so bad if you lost your current life, if you don't like it anyway? Respect yourself and look at your energy and study your frequency. Build your mental mindset and follow your positive energy until the end. If you can't obtain the highest level of you still, then there's something wrong or something missing that you're not looking at, you're not doing, that needs to be addressed. You're not where you want to be yet because you haven't worked yet to be worthy of it. So many forget that begging for what you want, manifesting is not enough. You have to work hard enough to be worthy of everything you want. If you really want the outcome, they need to be worthy of it. Chosen ones in life are not chosen by the universe. They only became the chosen ones because they chose themselves. The universe did not choose them. They chose themselves. Create the strength internally first so that you can create the monster in the real world. You should be sick from where you're at. You should hate where you're at and use it as motivation. For me, that's been my motivation. Knowing my purpose is of greater importance than myself and being pissed off of where I'm still at. I want everyone reading this to win. Even if you're one of those people who dislike me or pray for my downfall or hate on me on a daily basis from afar, I still want you to win because I want to know everyone's winning because of me. And if you're still hating on me for something dumb or some selfish reason, then it must mean I'm doing something right. Stop focusing on other people when your family needs you. Your people need you. You need you. Push forward and push even harder and don't accept pleasure. That's the only way you can make it in life. I care what I have to do. I will be the best at whatever I want in life because I never doubt. I don't doubt myself and I'm willing to make sacrifices others aren't. There's no excuse that is valid for you. No excuse. You should actually use excuses to work harder. Being at a disadvantage in life can sometimes push you to be at an advantage because of how hard it pushes you more than the guy who's comfortable. It pushes you to stay more on offense. In everything in life, you should always be on offense. Once you go on defense mode, you fail. In everything in life, you should have the mindset of always attacking, always being on offense. Even when you're on defense, you should always be looking for a way to attack. Keep making small changes, small adjustments, doing anything and everything in life to make your life better each day. Don't be lazy to commit to anything in life, and don't be scared to make mistakes and learn from them. Find out the areas in life that have caused you pain. Evolve your life from it. Pass on the information to others. Pass on how you solve your problems to others. Pass on how you destroy your pain to others. Don't wait for someone to come save you. Just win by yourself. Do not poison yourself by the mindset of waiting. There is a difference between waiting and being patient. If you have an opportunity coming up and you're preparing and getting ready to dominate in that event, then you're being patient. If you're just sitting still with nothing lined up, you're waiting. People only care about who you are right now. Although people may talk about positive or negative things you have done in the past, people only care about who you are right now and what you do right now. No one cares about what you may do in the future or what you might have done in the past or what you might do in a couple years. Everyone only cares about who you're being in the present moment. I want you to generally look at how short human attention spans are. People do not care about you. It's only you who cares about you. So it should only be you who fixes you and really puts the work in for you. Your personality above is what matters. Can you be confident in yourself when you haven't even made it yet? Can you still be confident in yourself when you're down? Can you still be confident in who you are even when you're up and you've already made it? Only a chosen few are able to be who they truly are and still kill it in every area, every stage, and every moment in life. You could be one of those chosen few. It's going to take some years, some serious digging, but you could be one of those chosen few if you sacrifice enough. Nothing comes without sacrifice. You must give who you are for who you want to be. I don't apologize for taking up much of your time if you're still reading this book, because these key points that I jotted down in the bullet letters and in the chapter headings are crucial for you to be better in anything you're doing in your life. This is going to help you be a better father, be a better person, a better athlete, a better artist, and a better being and a soul as a whole. What if the universe put us all in a pot and said only those with the purest and strongest of souls can be entered into heaven? Wouldn't you want to be one of those souls? See, that's the thing. People want to be one of those souls, but very few are. Destroy yourself. Fully take some serious time to go somewhere silent and rebuild those parts you don't like. The depressive era and how to get out of it. If you're in a depressive or aggressive era in your life, such as being heartbroken, being broke, being addicted to drugs or vices, being in debt, having a bad mental health, or having a negative mindset on yourself, then you need to take the time to create your best self and heal away in the dark until your best self again can come to the light. It's okay to be in these negative states sometimes and to feel like we've taken a few steps back. It's okay to admit we're not in good places right now in our lives, but it's not okay to feel this way forever and to just stay that way. This year I lost all my assets, I lost all my friends, I lost countless money, and I split up with my partner that I had for almost 6 years. I sacrificed so much at the age of 17 to 18, and it broke my heart. It really did, but I never let it break me whole. I didn't sit in my room and cry when anything bad happened. The only thing I thought when something bad happened to me recently is two questions. How can I fix it, or how can I move forward? Those are the only questions I ask myself in times of desperation like that. And trust me, all these things have been destroying me mentally, and it's not even everything that's happened. I once used to be in a melancholy state for years like others. The way I got out of that state and survive is by doing these things, building myself in the dark, taking some time for myself to heal, and shifting my perspective. Instead of trying to ignore those negative feelings and thoughts and acting like they weren't there, I just embraced them and overcame them over time. Instead of thinking about how life sucks and is unfair to me, I said thought, I don't care if life is short because I'm going to kill it anyways. You have to stop running from the mental battle and actually stay in it for a little bit longer to understand it and know how to replace those negative thoughts to overcome it. If you do not eventually overcome the situation, then you did not learn from it. Chapter 3. The Dedication. It's okay to fail, but it's not okay to give up. It's okay to fail, but it's not okay to give up. What exactly do I mean by that? First off, I want to say I've never been okay with losing or failing of any sort. No matter what, you should never give up and you should always find a way to win. But if there comes a time where you fall, I want to let you know it's alright, because we've all had setbacks in life and we all have made mistakes. But it's not okay to stay there, and it's not okay to accept it. Don't accept the defeat. Don't accept your position in life. Go for more, go for higher. Don't ever get stuck on the fall, because if you get back up and keep trying in life and keep forcing your way and get what you want with relentless intent, you'll eventually reach a day where you're so up, all the setbacks even matter and don't even cross your mind anymore. There's going to come a day in your life after all your hard-edged work that you don't even remember half the bad things that happened to you, and you don't even care about how much work it took. You just appreciate the result. On your last breath, you won't be thinking about the bad moments of your life, but the great ones. And the extent of those great memories is going to depend on the extent of the work you're willing to do in the process of living. And once you get to the top, don't slow down, keep going. You only achieve a super high in life out there working for something in your life at 100%, doing everything in your power to achieve a goal that's out of your reach. And when you do dominate and actually do reach that unachievable goal, you get this dopamine that releases in your brain like nothing before. The amount of work you put in is the amount of success and dopamine and relief you will get back. Only a few people have felt these highs in life before, Examples would be Olympic world champions, Grammy-winning actors, #1 Billboard artists. These are people who will have highs in life that only a few people in the world will ever feel. That's what I strive for. Why would you not risk your current life for a better one? Why would you not give up your loser life for a risk of a better life in the future? The day you retire, the day where everything is final, is the day we all work for. But the retirement day is the worst day, because that's the day when it's all over. Enjoy the process, enjoy this life, and risk it all for a better life in the future. People want to keep what they have so bad they are not willing to risk it for the better finding, for a better spot, for a better job. If you don't like where you are right now, then you should constantly be risking everything to get better. You don't even like where you have, or what you are, or what you do right now. And if you do, you should still want more. And that just means you're too comfortable with your spot and position. If you're not willing to give it up, I'm telling you right now that if you're the type of person who does not constantly seek out opportunities in life, who isn't constantly looking for better positions, who isn't constantly learning and willing to risk it all to get more, then the life you want isn't for you. You need hardship. You need to take risk. You need to be on offense mode all the time in your life. You need to attack, attack, attack. The whole point of life is to get what we want and succeed, right? You can't succeed if you're not willing to apply the sacrifices to succeed. And it's not just a little bit of effort here and there. You need to have the mentality and the attacking mindset that no matter what, you're going to force this dream to happen. You're going to force your way to go in the world. And you're going to force and push through these walls that try to close you in. It's not just the fact that you earned these things in life and it worked out. It's the fact that you force things to work out yourself. Most of the time in life, the things you want require extremely strong, pure willpower. So how is your willpower? Are you strong enough to go out in the world and get what you want via willpower? And is your mind like a fortress that can be broken and has a will of its own? Suffer in silence, because we're strong. Sometimes we have things that we hide deep inside ourselves that hurt us, that we feel need to be brought out into the world when they don't. Sometimes you don't need to spew any more negative energy than there already is in the world. Sometimes you need to work and suffer in silence because you can, because you're strong enough to, because you are strong enough and you can take it. Pain doesn't always have to come out of us. The reality is most of our pain is there inside of us because we still have to work on ourselves as much as possible and then come into the light of the world when we are better and being and we are prepared again. We often look at our stress and problems and pain as poison, like it's going to kill us, but the poison can also be used as motivation. The pain we feel isn't going to kill us, more break us, but rebuild us into something stronger and something new that we never thought we could be. Sometimes in our life, we need to suffer in silence, simply because we could take it. If you want to be a chosen one, you must do what chosen ones do. You must act how chosen ones act. Do you think chosen ones cry out to the world in defeat and despair when things have gone their way? No, they keep it inside and keep a poker face when things are not going their way, until they're strong enough to be better and overcome the next obstacle ahead of them in their lives. I don't know any of your situations out there. You may have had a bad week or a bad month or a bad year. You may have had just one bad experience that ruined your life or destroyed you for years and maybe even decades on end. But that changes now. You need to act now. The time is now. Stop. Just stop everything. Do you really want a better life? Do you really want better things? Do you really want your goals? Ask yourself that question again. Do you really want a better life? Then the time is now. Forget about your past or what's happened before. You're still here, you're still alive, and it's time to take over. Mistakes are part of who you become. I hate failing. I like to say I really hate it, but it's a part of becoming who you are. I like to say that even if you don't eventually get what you want from a task that you may have fallen short from, you still learn something from it, which then adds on to your character and then know not to do certain things next time. Put it this way, the more you win, the more you learn to win. The more you fail, the more you learn how to not fail. You start catching on to certain things that help you and certain things that don't, and you just delete those mistakes along the way. Life in this journey we live is a constant learning process that we are dealing with, and we are constantly evolving, constantly learning, and constantly forming to be better individuals. But we can only become those better individuals if you look at what hasn't worked in the past and apply what does work in the future. Don't just shoot for the moon. Look past the stars and shoot for the entire universe. Being upright. Most of your growth will come from that area that you have been avoiding for so long. Being a bright means you're the type of person that everyone comes to look for answers. Being a bright means you believe you're the one who's going to get everything done, and out of everyone in your realm, you believe that you're the chosen one. Brights deal with their mental internal struggles and get rid of all those vices that hold them back. Everyone knows if they're a bright or not. Brights say they're going to win even when they don't believe it, and somehow always find a way to pull things off and get them out of the fire. Brights always find a way to surprise or impress people again and again and again. Brights don't operate from motivation, they operate from pure will and their actions. Even when brights don't get what they want and they're down, they use that as more motivation. They get back up and dominate even more and come at you even harder. Brights do not give up and do not settle. Brights will always find a way to come out on top in this world and to turn hateful and negative situations into positive reenactment. Brights are the ones who hold the wand, who take charge, who lead, who inspire, who create. It's not that brights are flawless or perfect, it is that they are honest and relentless in themselves and others. Don't be the average. How could you ever live without some differences in your life? Are you seriously going to live your life being similar to other average people? Again, it's not that I'm the most successful person in the world, and that's why I'm telling you this. It's that in my life, I've been willing to take more risks than others, and the fact that I've made mistakes and so chose the path to risk it all again and not be scared of what I want to be, where I'm coming from, and to go to the standpoint that I'm following these key points and giving them to you that are helping me more and more accomplish my goals and helping others achieve their desires in the long term. It helps you focus on the possibilities of today and it will remove the stress of your worries from tomorrow so you can kill it today. And now, so you don't remain average like these other people in this world, even if you come from a dark place, use that dark energy to get it wherever you want and at whatever cost, whatever it takes. And you could do this by being relentless with the small things in your life first, and then build up to the big things. Be relentless in things like your walk, your stance, your words, your handshake. These small things matter. How are you going to be relentless with the big things that you can't be fierce with the small things in your life first? Ever since I was a kid, I could never be average and compare myself to anyone else. I didn't want to wear the same clothes as others, nor act like others, nor live the life like others. I always wanted to do things my way and live my life differently than anyone else since birth. I never tried to dress the same, act the same. Even eating was different for me because I wanted better on my plate than what others had simply just because I didn't want to be like them. I've always wanted to be the kid who made the difference. I've always wanted more than indifferent than others. And I think that's what separated me from my peers and is a part of the reason why I always seem to be not just a couple of steps ahead, but miles ahead. Do more than others, even if it's little. Giving just a little more than others can go a long way, even if it's just a little. Even if you just do a little more than others and outwork yourself and make a little progress, it's still progress at the end of the day. Every step and every page you write in your book is another step closer to where you want to be in life. People are so eager to just give up or just not try. What if I told you that you were 99 failures away from reaching $1 million or 50 steps away from getting that life you wanted? Imagine how fast you will go out in the world and try over and over again and attempt things you've never done before at a crazy pace just because I told you that you were only a few attempts away from getting everything you want. Just because you're in a cave and you've dug a mile deep and there's been no gold doesn't mean you can't still find gold. How do people just give up? How do people not understand that if you just keep going, if you keep trying, if you just keep standing, there is something waiting for you on the other side. That is your destiny. It could be the life you wanted all along. It could be a surprise lover that joins your life. It could be that car you've been asking for. Life is filled with problems. Don't get me wrong. But you only get problems in life because those problems are waiting for you to go and find the solution that lies deep within them and get your reward afterwards. Imagine if you killed a bunch of tasks in a day that you didn't get done in a month. Now imagine if you did that for a whole year. How much farther ahead would you be in your life compared to where you once were and compared to everyone else around you? Appreciate that things aren't going your way because it's an opportunity for you to turn all around and prove to yourself that you're still strong, and these tasks and pieces of adversity will help you grow even stronger. If you believe that all the work you put in could be worth it in the end, that's because it is. I promise. These last 10 pages are going to be important, and I'm going to close out everything I've just told you. I need to say that I've never been one of those kids who are naturally good at everything, or anything to be honest. I was never talented whatsoever. I, however, was still good at everything I caught on to just because of one thing, my work ethic. I've pushed that concept so hard in this book, work ethic. I keep telling you that you could do more, you could push more, you could give even more. I keep repeating this concept in your head because it's the only concept I know 100% about. Hard work. I always had to work hard for everything in my life. I wanted everything in this life. And I never got ahead of any of my peers without pushing myself above my limits. I always had two things with me, my passion and my work ethic. That's it. No matter what happens, I still choose to be the best me. And I'm still striving to get even better in life, and I will do nothing else but keep driving to be the best me. It's not necessarily the life I want, but the idea of just to know I could do whatever I want because I know I can lock in enough to push myself to accomplish whatever I want. Now, about that promise, I promise to keep pushing forward my life by using these exact keys that I showed you. I promise that one day I will be one of the most successful people on this planet because I followed everything I just told you in this book. I promise you that if you yourself follow these keys I showed you and you become the better you, and that you also be one of the most successful people, and that you can attain everything you want if you just follow these goals. The problem is, a lot of people make it sound good what they're speaking about when they don't follow their own advice. I promise you, I will follow and focus these key points and thrive in life. So will you. Go around the people who have what you want. Listen to them. Become a genius. Become a respectable person. Become more real. Go out and go through it. Find out what your true potential is. I will follow these rules and they will work. I promise. The world is not as it is. The world is as you are. If you're the type of person who tells yourself, I'll get it all done, you're in the right place and in the right mindset. You need to continue to wake up pissed off about where you're at every morning, no matter where you're at. Throw your bar away, raise your bar even higher, and give more every week. Don't tap out. Don't accept the comfort. Embrace the discomfort. Become a monster. Forget those vices. Don't cheat. Don't run around. Don't do drugs. Commit to your goals of self-enlightenment. Commit to God. Don't do drugs. Find your purpose and just chase that purpose. That's all you need to do. Once you realize how you get into a high frequency state, learn how you can apply it on the daily. Don't be around yes men, and get around people who tell the truth to you. Get around people who are going to tell you the stuff you don't want to hear, but you need. Tap into your soul and let your inner consciousness and God overwhelm you with the answer. The answer is to build the best you and choose the path that lies in your heart that is hard but good for you. You need to be proud of how you look, how you feel, how you speak. And the only way you can be proud of those things and override the self you are now is to become the better you and the better individual. Be the man before you become the man. Follow these guides and concepts I'm giving you and build with confidence within you every day and hustle, hustle, hustle. Exercise your authenticity every day. Be the best you and bring the best you every day. Even if you're not up for it, show your face and give whatever you have left in the tank until the next day. When you work hard to build the vision of the best you in your mind, that's not a choice. That's who you're really supposed to be and who the universe really wants you to be, period. This is my guide. Build yourself up and use the guide to help you to your work ethic. Build you, live your purpose, build your confidence and kill it. I wrote this entire book within the matter of 2 days and will most likely publish it within a week. This statement and book alone is proof of how crazy my work ethic is, and proof that you could work hard too. The past few days, I've been writing and giving you all my knowledge, and I've been constantly trying to keep telling you my unbiased truth and teach you how to create better beliefs, create better habits, a better mindset, have a better word, have a better you. Hold yourself accountable and hold yourself to your word after you finish reading this book. Really take away the important concepts I've given you and write them down, and then really go out there in your life and apply them. Find your purpose, work for what you want, love what you want, dedicate yourself to what you want. Solve you first before anything else. Get stronger, become smarter, challenge yourself more, embrace the stress, create good habits, create a good schedule, use action and manifestation, work more than you pray. Find out who you are, destroy and conquer everything in life. Training, confidence, and experiences how you win in this life. Push yourself harder, higher your standards, focus on the present, know your error, know your state of mind and fix it. It's okay to fall sometimes, but it's not okay to stay there. Be a bright, suffer in silence, create yourself in the dark, be okay with making mistakes, don't be average, do more than others, do little steps every day. Promise yourself you will follow these concepts and make up your own rules and understanding that also help you dominate your life even more. These are the only principles you need for your whole life. The law of equivalent exchange is simple. To obtain something, you must trade something. I just gave you some serious game and serious knowledge that can help change your life. I also promise that I myself will use these concepts to try and keep being successful in my life. And I only ask one thing from you. I ask that you promise me you will use these concepts and ideas and laws that will change your life for the better and accomplish whatever goals and desires you have within yourself in your life. You don't have to say it. It can be a silent promise. But promise me you will change your life for the better and that from now on, things will be better. I trust you and I hope that you get whatever you wish for in this life and attain your deepest desires just as I do.
Thank you so much for taking your time to read my book, and I only hope for the best for you. Best regards. Goodbye.